Zostawcie mnie!
In 1995 in Ohio, a happy family of couple Alexei and Melina, with their two daughters Natasha and Yelena, were enjoying their dinner. Yelena, their youngest daughter, seemed more fun than her older sister. Their comfortable life must end. Their father Alexei was being chased by agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They have to escape immediately. Yelena asks where they are going. Melina answered going home, but Yelena didn't understand completely. The police started to block the road, but they were able to pass. They had a small plane, which they prepared to escape at any moment. They hid the plane on the farm. Melina becomes the pilot, Alexei prepares the runway. Alexei was trying to stop the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents who were chasing and blocking them. Melina got shot, but with the help of Natasha, she is finally able to fly the plane. And they landing at Cuba. They end up as a happy family. All this time they were Russian agents undercover in Ohio. Alexei has the task of stealing S.H.I.E.L.D. human brains technology, and infiltrate the North Institute in Ohio. It's a front for S.H.I.E.L.D. scientists, but actually it's Hydra scientists. Dreykov, their leader, very excited to see Alexei. He made a triumphant mission after 3 years undercover as S.H.I.E.L.D. scientist. But Alexei didn't like undercover work. He's enjoy playing as Red Guardian. But Yelena cried because she had to part with her family. She didn't know that everything was fake all along. Natasha refused to go back to the camp. Both were recruited to the Red Room program to be super soldiers named Widow. 21 years later, U.S. Secretary of Defense Thaddeus Ross is trying to arrest Natasha at her hiding place. Natasha has defected to the S.H.I.E.L.D. She and other Avengers were accused of violating the Sokovia Accord for assaulted the King of Wakanda. But Natasha has gone. Somewhere in Morocco, Widows and Yelena are targeting to kill a deserter widow named Oksana who is carrying the red dust serum. Oksana caught and then ran. Yelena catch her. Oksana was killed in a fight, but had time to spray the red dust to Yelena. Yelena is like being released from magic spells. Red dust is the antidote to release from the Red Room's mind control. Oksana told Yelena to bring the serum and free the others. Yelena disordered and runs away with red dust. The protocol for Taskmaster to hunt down red dust was activated. Natasha, who is on the run in Norway, suddenly attacked by Taskmaster. She didn't know that one of her postal package contained red dust serum. Realizing that Taskmaster is only targeting her postal bag, Natasha steals it. In an unbalanced fight, Natasha was thrown into the river. But she had time to take the contents of the postal bag. Surprisingly, she finds her photo with Yelena tied together with serums. Natasha went to Budapest, because the serum was posted to her safe house in Budapest, and wanted to know if his sister was there. Sibling meetings are filled with tension and mutual suspicion. Both are fugitives but from different parties. Yelena is being hunted by the Red Room, while Natasha is being chased by Ross. A fight occurs, both slamming each other, hitting each other, and strangling each other, and finally stopped after running out of breath. Natasha gets shocked hearing Yelena say Red Room is still exist, because, together with Clint Barton aka Hawkeye, they have a bombing mission to kill Dreykov, which also caused his daughter's death. Suddenly Widows came surrounded. Yelena immediately picked up the red dust and escaped through the roof to her motorbike. Natasha became convinced after seeing widows with her eyes. Taskmaster breaks through with a 6 wheels armored vehicle. No one was able to stop the 6 wheels. Taskmaster takes out an explosive arrow and shoots Natasha's car, causing it to roll over. Natasha and Yelena run and hide on the roof of the subway station. Taskmaster could not find them. Meanwhile, Alexei, their father, while undercover in Ohio, is serving a life sentence. He always repeating over and over again his experience as the Red Guardian, so it becomes a very boring story for other inmates. Natasha then break him out of prison to find where the location of Red Room. But Alexei and Drykov's relationship is not what it used to be. Alexei had no idea where Dryzkov and the Red Room are. Alexei invites them to ask Melina, their mother while undercover in Ohio, who is still actively working as a scientist for Dryzkov, who is in charge of developing the mind control of the widows. Then they went to Melina. They get together like a family reunion. But Natasha doesn't like sentimental things. For her, their family, it's not real. But not for Yelena. She still considers Melina is her mother, the only closest person in the world. Natasha asks Melina about her mother. Melina explains that Natasha was chosen because of genetic potential. Not abandoned by her mother, but bought. Because her mother was always looking for her, and in order not to threaten the existence of the Red Room, then Dryzkov killed her. Then Natasha found old photos of their family in Ohio. Even though she knew that time was fake, she always hoped it was real. Natasha asked why Melina was able to do this. Melina says that she never given a choice. For her, life is the Red Room. Natasha reminded Melina's taught, pain only makes us stronger. That's what made her able to survive. Melina realizes that she has a choice now. She must kept the family she once had. Then she said that she had alerted the Red Room already, and will come immediately. Alexei was tranquilized with dart gun. Natasha and Yelena was unconscious by Melina. They were taken to Red Room base. The Red Room base is a gigantic flying station, covered in clouds, far from radar reach. That's why no one knows the location of the Red Room. Natasha disguises herself as Melina, comes to see Dryzkov. But Dryzkov was able to recognize Natasha's eyes, and remove the mask. Meanwhile, Melina disguises as Natasha, frees Alexei and Yelena. It turns out, Melina and Natasha have made a strategy before Red Room comes. Natasha will take on Dryzkov, Yelena frees the widows with red dust, while Melina will activate landing protocol. Natasha hasn't killed Dryzkov yet, because she needs to know about the Red Room's operation. Dryzkov didn't allow Taskmaster to kill Natasha. He wanted an Avenger under his control. Then Dryzkov told Taskmaster to take off his mask. It was actually Antonia, Dryzkov's daughter, who is believed to be dead. Antonia was nearly to death when hit by bomb, but Dryzkov implanted a chip in the back of his neck. Dryzkov told Taskmaster to go to handle Melina. Then Natasha pulled out the gun, couldn't wait to shoot Dryzkov, but was unable to pull the trigger. Also, her knife won't be able to touch his skin. The widows have been implanted with a pheromonal lock that prevents acts of violence against Dryzkov, triggered by smelling his pheromones. Taskmaster appeared in front of Alexei and Melina. Melina told Alexei to fight her. A dual fight of old super soldier and new ones. Melina went to the engine control room. She activated the landing protocol. But she was tracked down by security system, so Dryzkov locked her. Yelena paralyzes the guard, and finds the red dust serum. But it's too late to come to the widows who have left the room. Natasha make a fool of Dreykov, so he reveals the database information and make him show the key to log in his computer system. Finally, Natasha found Dreykov's ring was the key. Natasha had learned enough. Then she smacked his forehead against the table, to sever the pheromone nerve, as Melina had taught her earlier. But Dreykov had time to activate the alarm. Melina made it out from engine control room, but was surrounded by guards. Melina was standing on a ladder, right above one of the engine cooling fans. Then she exploded a gas pipe, causing it to collapse onto the guards and demolished the engines and going into a crash. Melina saved herself using a rope gun. Alexei was unable to fight Taskmaster. But Taskmaster herself is not easy to paralyze Alexei. Melina came to help at the right time, and threw Taskmaster into a cell and locked her. The widows came to Dreykov's rescue. Then he ordered them to kill Natasha. Dreykov ran away. Too many widows that Natasha can't fight it. Just in time, Yelena came in, throws red dust over the widows and sets them free. The red room began to crash. They had to leave away as possible. Yelena chasing after Dreykov. Natasha stole Dreykov's ring, and used it to download the database of the widows in the world. After all copied, she immediately left. She picked up on the floor 2 unused red dusts. Melina and Alexei fly a plane to save them, but the Red Room soldiers catch up, which makes the plane damaged, unable to return to pick up their daughters. While surviving, Natasha finds Taskmaster locked in a cell. She freed it, even though it meant having to face her. But the floor collapsed, sending them apart before fighting. Yelena jumped into Dreykov's plane, and blew up one of its engines. The plane is destroyed and killed Dreykov. The explosion made Yelena thrown and fell from the sky. Natasha, without thinking, jumped after her, and had time to take a parachute. Yelena is not fully conscious yet. Natasha puts her a parachute. Taskmaster chased Natasha in the air. Natasha leaves Yelena to face her. The fighting continued until they arrived on the ground. Natasha wants to make peace, but can't stop her. In the fight, Natasha removes Taskmaster's mask. Then break the red dust serum to free Antonia. Natasha, Yelena, Alexei, and Melina reunited. Then Ross's squad arrives. It seems they have tracked down Natasha, who had activated the tracker earlier. Natasha tells them to leave her alone. She will face Ross. Natasha gives to Yelena the last red dust to reproduce, and the database of the widows in the world to free them from Red Dust's mind control. A Red Room's plane lands. The widows who have survived pick them up. They joined the widows, including Antonia, and left Natasha alone. 2 weeks later, Natasha met Mason. This time Mason brought her Quinjet, the advanced shield aircraft. Natasha goes to break her friend out of prison. In the epilogue, Yelena visits Natasha's grave. Then comes Valentina, who gives her a new assignment to hunt down Clint Barton, aka the Hawkeye, who is said to be responsible for Natasha's death.